everybody, welcome back to the third video, just having a quick review of my vintage Star Wars toy collection. We are on to the Return of the Jedi shelf. Obviously Return of the Jedi has the most figures. This is not complete. The other two shelves, The Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars, are complete. We're not missing anything there. This shelf is missing a few of the last 17. You'll see we've got the front row here are the last 17 figures. They've become ridiculously expensive, so I'm not a completist. I just get what I can, and you'll see that some of these are a bit of a hodgepodge. This Luke is in a handmade tunic that I made for him. This Luke Stormtrooper, that is a reproduction helmet. You know, the helmets on their own are almost as expensive as the figure. Lando here is actually wearing a plastic cape that belongs to Count Dooku, but it seemed to work quite well. These are all new additions with the exception of the Imperial Gunner, which I did actually buy at the back end of Return of the Jedi, probably about sort of 1986. It was in a bargain bin at Woolworths, I remember. But the rest of these I did not have on this front row. These have all been pickups over the last sort of few years. I've been steadily sort of touching up the collection over the course of probably 20 years really, but from that point backwards the vast majority of these are my childhood figures which I kept. The only exceptions are Admiral Akbar, which I always wanted but never got. That Klaatu skiff guard, that was a new addition. Those two from the Max Rebo band, they are additions. The B-Wing pilot was an addition, and I think that's it. Everything else is from my childhood, including that speeder bike at the back. I got that for Christmas one year. I remember being so excited about that. The Jabba the Hutt is original and complete with his hookah pipe and Salacious Crumb. It's my original bib Fortuna there. Most of these guys as well, you'll notice, have still got their original weapons, which I'm quite happy about. There are a couple of repros here. This blue lightsaber that Luke's got is a repro, but the rest of them are all original weapons. I don't think there's any exceptions there. That carded reuse, by the way, was just, I managed to pick that up. Somebody on Facebook had some original carded figures that they were selling off bulk. I picked that one up for not much money at all. So there we are. That is the Return of the Jedi shelf. Like I say, not complete. I think there's a couple of Ewoks, Yak Face and a Man missing, but we won't be raiding the bank account for those anytime soon. Now while we're here, we'll just quickly go one shelf down to some vehicles. We've got some more vehicles we'll look at in another video. This one's got perhaps one of the best vehicles of all time, the troop transport. This is one from my childhood. Still works, doesn't have a battery in it. It's got most of the pieces. It's in pretty good order. I don't really clean them up or sort of restore them in any way. You can see in the back there we've even still got the original card that came on the top of it, which is quite cool. And then we've got the X-Wing, the battle damage version from The Empire Strikes Back, a couple of the famous mini rigs, and there's also, again, this is all from my childhood, all stuff that I had as a kid. And then we've got the die-cast Snowspeeder, which I also remember was a present from my grandparents one year. That's been well played with, well beaten up. So there we are. Next video we'll have a look at some of the odds and sods that are over here. See you next time.